I've got a fish on this line, actually a good one. I just had quite a big hit on this plastic. Early morning, searching for the fish. Hi everyone, my name's Roger Osborne. I'm out on the beautiful lake relatively early this morning and I'm keen to find some fish. Going to use my new depth sounder and just look for some bait and hopefully find some big fish under the bait. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to share what I'm thinking, my tactics, and showing you the rigs, everything that I'm using. Stick around to the end for a free PDF download which will outline some vital keys from today's session. If you're enjoying my content, make sure that you like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I really do appreciate it. Let's get started with the fishing. So today the wind is playing a big part in where I go fishing. I don't actually have an electric motor in my boat at this point in time, so I can't lock on a spot. So I'm influenced a little bit by the wind because I'm going to be tossing soft plastic lures and also dragging some live bait under the boat with me. At the moment I'm just kind of sneaking along, having a look on the sounder, just seeing what's down there. Hopefully I can find some big fish down there under some bait. So I'm doing a little bit of a grid pattern at the moment before I decide to chuck my line in. So you can see those things down there, like those arches on the bottom. There seems to be lots of little small fish near the surface. Look at that, see? I'm not quite sure what these shady areas are. I don't think they're bait, it's just interesting. These are all fish, these little arches that are up here. Not quite sure what this stuff is. Just quickly, if you're as passionate about fishing as I am, and you really want to improve and enjoy it even more, why don't you join Roger's Fishing Online Fishing Club, my membership. I've got some amazing people who are members and we all share our information with each other. There's so much content on there. There's all my fishing courses, plus there's a heap of stuff that's not available on YouTube. And there's no lock-in contracts, you can leave anytime you want. So head on over to rogersfishing.com and check it out. I'm currently in about 18 feet of water. So what's that? About 5 or 6 meters. Seems to be there's lots of small fish appearing on the sounder. Actually, it's just gone up a little bit to 16 feet, so I'm getting a little bit close to the edge here. I'm actually driving along that part where the depth of water slopes down. I'm on what's called the drop-off, or wanting to go along the edge of the drop-off. In this first location, I can see there's a few small fish there. There's not a lot of obvious action. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a couple of quick flicks anyway. I'll show you what I've got on. I have this soft plastic with a paddle tail. It's called Nuked Chicken. And I'm just using a 1/6 jig head. The water here is not overly deep. So yeah, I mean, over the years this colour has been particularly effective for many different species of fish. So I've just got a 1/6 jig head. I'm going to whack it out, have a couple of quick casts, and then I'm going to go just a little bit further around to another spot that's out of the wind, have a quick look around there as well. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go from bay to bay, spot to spot, and see what I can find. Now I need to, it's really important with these soft plastics that you're not in a hurry, you allow it time to sink to the bottom. Sometimes it takes longer, especially when you're using light jig heads, because you really want that soft plastic to flutter all the way down through the water column until it hits the bottom. I'm always watching my line because I can tell, have the line taut. When it relaxes, you know it's hit the bottom. So I'm always looking at the line to see when it relaxes. Yeah, it just relaxed then. So I give it a little bit of a flick up off the bottom, wind up the slack line till it's taut again so I can do that lovely little fluttering action as it goes down. Now if there happen to be any flathead there, obviously they always take it on or near the bottom, but other fish will take it, you know, different parts of the water column, whether it be bream or mulloway or different things. They will bite it as it's going down. Now I can feel the breeze in this little bay here is it's swirling around quite a bit. So really I'm just speculating at the moment, having a couple of quick casts before I move on to the next location. Now I think I'm going to cast that way because the wind's turned me around and I'm dragging the plastic along a little bit. So I want to cast in the direction in which I'm going. So I'm just going to flick parallel to the shore, up along there, and wind up the slack and let that sink down. Just keep my eye on the line, waiting for it to relax. Yeah, look at that, there it goes, just relaxed well and truly then. So I know it was on the bottom. So I've had a couple of flicks here, really only for about 5 minutes, because I've caught flathead here before, some quite big ones. So it's always worth a flick. So now I'm just going to start up my engine and go for a little trundle, and just have a look on the sounder as I go along, and hopefully we see something exciting. Okay, so I've got my nuked chicken soft plastic out here. Just hooked a fish. Oh, I'm actually going to lift him into the boat because he's not a big flathead. You can see him there. He's actually totally woofed that soft plastic. I can't even see it. So I'm going to lift him up. He's a little undersized. Oops. That's what happens when you try and lift a fish up. There's a good lesson there. Because he had actually completely swallowed that soft plastic. So therefore his sharp teeth have bit me off. Oh well, got to tie another one on. There you go. So this hook's, it's a slightly lighter jig head. The hook's a little bit bigger. You want that right up against the head. Plenty of barb exposed on this one. Okay, whack him back out again. I love casting with the wind. Okie doke. Well, that little flathead liked that soft plastic. It's totally swallowed it. I can actually see a school of fish breaking the water, some big splashes. It doesn't look to me like mullet. Actually looks like a school of tailor. So if there is a school of feeding tailor / shad / bluefish, if you're in America, then there'll be there should be fish underneath it that definitely looks like tailor from here. Actually some big ones. Really working the surface. I'm just sneaking up. I'm not going to drive too fast. Just want to sneak up behind this school, which is about, at the moment, 150 metres from me. Maybe we can get a bit of footage of it when we get closer. Oh, look at that. That was a big splash. Yeah, something's going on there. So I really just want to sneak in there quietly, come in on the back of where those splashes are. Yeah, there's obviously multiple fish because there's been a whole lot of different splashes there. I'll also keep my eye, yep, there goes one. I'll also keep my eye on the sounder to see if anything comes up. I've got a fish on this line, actually a good one. I just had quite a big hit on this plastic. I'm only using pretty light line. I've switched over to my lighter line and a smaller plastic. I've got a good fish on here. It's actually gone, the fish has gone in towards the shore. I'm actually not far out from the shore, and it's peeling a bit of line. But I've only got a 6 pound leader, so I've got to be really gentle with this fish, otherwise, you know, if it's a flathead and it's swallowed it into its mouth, I could get bitten off pretty easily if I put much pressure on it. It's definitely got a bit of weight in it. I tend to think it's a flathead, but it might not be. Can't see it yet. Oh, it's going in amongst the weeds near the shore. Just got to try and keep it away. It's heading back out. It might be a big bream actually. We'll wait and see. Bit of a mystery. Staying down, I can't really lift it up. You can see how much go it's got. Oh, it's going around the back of the boat. Can I see it yet? That's the question. Oh, yeah, it's not a flathead. Whoa. Oh, yep. It's actually a really big bream. He's a beast of a bream. Look at this bream. It's going to get the net. Oh, he's a ripper. Oh, he's a cracking fish. Look at that. He's nailed that soft plastic. Got him. It's going to bring him up. Gee, he fought quite hard. Gee, they go on the light gear. Look at this fella. You can see the plastic I've got in his mouth. It's actually like it looks like a little mullet. You can see the lure there. I'm struggling to grab him around the head. He's quite solid. Beautiful eating fish. I'll just hold it so you can see that plastic again. That one looks exactly like a little potty mullet. Okay, so we've got one fish. I reckon we're going to get more here. I'm just going to pull this in. A lot of line got sucked out then because it was getting dragged along. I should chuck another mullet on it actually. That's what I'm going to do, because while we're here, I'm just going to, I'll do that. I'm going to whack a live mullet out the back. I love dragging a live mullet along while I'm flicking plastics. It's always a great option if you have some live mullet. Don't you love that when you lean on the trim and tilt and it goes, wah? I'm going to put a fairly large mullet on. It'll be pretty lively. My hook's not that big, so I'm going to just pin it just very gently through the tail, just so that I've got some barb exposed. And I'm going to flick this guy out there and drag him along while I flick plastics, hoping that something really nice grabs it. So I'll leave that in the rod holder. And now I got my, I didn't lose my lure with that bream, and there's no fraying on the line, so I'm going to just start fishing with that again. When you fish close to shore like this and you flick in near the rocks, you often get bream like that. Oh, got one. It doesn't feel that big actually. Oh, look at that. It's a small flathead. And he's only been lipped. So I should be able to lift this one in without getting bitten off again. So I'm just going to lift him into the boat. Oh, he got himself off. That's good. Didn't need to take him off. He's hacked up the lure a little bit. Just need to rehook it back on again. Hopefully it'll be all right. Oh, no, it's a bit hacked up. It's a bit messed up, so I need to replace it. Grab a new one. Where's that wind now? It's blowing us that way. 1 minute the wind blows one way, the next minute it blows another way. I'll need to cast out that side now with the wind changing. I've got a fish. It's not very big though. Caught another fish on the soft plastic, not very big. I'm going to lift him in. Oops. That was actually a small tailor, so I don't mind that it got off. There you go. If he was a bit bigger I could eat him, but too small. Oh, got him again. Oh, got off. It might have been another tailor then. I'll just have a look and see. Yeah, my plastic's still okay. Just going to flick it near the shore. It's pretty shallow just here. Where I am, it's only about 3 metres deep. It's actually quite glassy here, but the wind is kind of going in gusts and swirls. If you'd like a free PDF download of some vital keys from today's session, hit the link in the corner or in the description below. So it's starting to get so hot out here. It's supposed to be Sydney's hottest day today, and we pretty much get similar temperatures to Sydney. So I've spent an hour or two out here just sniffing around, caught a couple of small flathead, got a tailor, got a beautiful bream that I can have for dinner. But I think I'm going to get in and get out of the heat. So see you next time.